All right, what is up, you guys? So for today's video, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I thought what I'd do is I'm gonna talk about my story, kind of like living in Mission Beach and Pacific Beach. I definitely see a lot of comments. We got a lot of comments on the videos about, you guys thinking about moving there, or maybe you live there, maybe you're thinking about moving to Mission Beach or to PB from one or the other. So anyway, I want to make this video just talk a little bit about what my experiences were. So just so you know, I lived on Salem Court in Mission Beach. I lived there for just under 8 years, but it's about seven and a half years. It was like a 1-bedroom, like a beach cottage. It was amazing. Love that house. And from there I moved to the Emerald Street, kind of near Emerald and Garnett. So if you know that area, kind of where the Trader Joe's is now. When I lived there, it was actually a Vaughn's It was very bizarre. There was a Vaughn's supermarket right there, and then there was another Vaughn's like on the next block. It was so weird. And then but from there I was in that condo for about a year, and then I moved to Riviera Drive, so got a little taste of like Crown Point, Sail Bay, and what it's like to live over there. So all in, I definitely spent a lot of time in Pacific Beach and Mission Beach, and I've lived in different areas, so I have a pretty good idea what what it's like to live in each area. So I thought I'd just talk about that, to give you guys an idea. When I first moved to the area, it was to Mission Beach, to that 1-bedroom house. All right, so this was actually my house. This was it for about 7 years. This was it. This was home. It's actually a vacation rental now, but at the time it was the owners, they owned it as a, like a long-term rental. And when they rented it to me, I don't think they had any idea it would be that long, but it was pretty amazing. When I first moved in, I was paying like $750 a month in rent. And then throughout the course or the term, I always paid rent on time, never missed a rent payment, and I got rewarded for it. So the landlords, they never raised the rent. So a few years in, that $750 a month to live down there became an unbelievable rate, and then it just got even better and better as years went by. So I really appreciated that. But living down there, it's a cool place to live. So the number one reason to live down there is obvious, right? You're right on the beach. I was on the beach side, so the 700 series, so anything like 720, 710, 750, those are all going to be like the west side of Mission Boulevard, or the beach side, and anything in the 800s is going to be the bay side. But I was on the ocean side, and then it was just amazing. Pretty much every single day I would be, if I wasn't on the beach or on the sand, like I would go sit out on this little wall and just people watch, check out the waves. An amazing lifestyle, just sitting out there on the boardwalk. I remember in the early days, I remember the first few times I saw like slow-mo, for example, before he was slow-mo, and he was going by, and I noticed him for a couple weeks, and he stopped and he handed me like a business card, and he's like, said slow-mo, and we chatted for a bit, and then it turned into this huge thing. So and he's still there. So I saw him the other day, which is really cool. But you get to know, it's funny because you very quickly, you kind of know who lives there, because everybody kind of does the same thing. Everybody does their thing during the day, and then, people are out and about, walking the boardwalk on a daily basis, riding their bikes, skating, whatever it is. But you get to know the locals very quickly. So if people are not locals, probably think they blend in more than they do, but the locals definitely know like the other locals, because you see each other all the time. And now it's, well, then too, but it's there's so many. The mixture of people in that area was like, you get like during like the school year, you get a lot of, so the college students that you get down there, but you get a lot of USD students. So if you're a USD student, you know what I'm talking about. But now that will be like in 9-month increments. And then the other 3 months, a lot of the landlords that rent to the students, they'll do like vacation rentals. But you also get those hot months too. So you get a lot of vacation rentals down there. It's probably the hottest vacation rental market. So summer months especially, you get a lot of vacationers, but there's vacationers year round. And then you get some locals that are definitely in the area. So it was I really liked it down there. I was there for a long time. Like I said, about 7.5 years. And so, as far as walkability, so there's definitely stuff down in Mission Beach. Like I really like going to the Mission for like breakfast, go to like Guava Beach, to grab a drink. They serve food there, dinner. Also go, there's all kinds of other places too. At the time there was a surf shop, Luca Foundation, or I go down to Emerald City. That's an awesome surf shop. They actually have one in Coronado still. If you're looking for any like surfboards, surfing, anything like that, it's a great surf store. But it was cool. So, and as far as walkability, so like normal, like weekly things, day to day, like if you're going to hit up the grocery store, if you're going to hit up like the coffee shop, grab a sandwich, you can easily walk. There's places around, but like the grocery store, for example, it's close enough to walk, but I was in my car a lot of the time. So you probably think like, oh yeah, I can walk to these places. But I think if you live down there, you're probably going to be driving more than you think. But this, of course, at the time when I was there was before we had like electric scooters and all that. So that might have changed things for me a little bit. Because I would go to the gym. At the time it was a Powerhouse. I can't remember, maybe it's called Shock Fitness now, but that was the gym I would go to, and it was kind of close to where I lived, but sometimes I would drive, sometimes I'd ride my bike, but I probably maybe with a scooter now. But anyway, so I would just be planning, if you're thinking about Mission Beach, awesome area. It's just so amazing being able to just walk out your door and be on the beach. So used to do it all the time, sit out there in the chair, like I said, sit on the boardwalk, go surfing. It was very, very cool. So definitely I loved it. And from there I bought my first condo, which I still own, but it's rented out, but on Emerald Street. So kind of in that near Garnett. So that was so different than living in Mission Beach. So it was far enough like east or up Garnett. So it wasn't like super crazy where a lot of like the parties and what PB is known for was happening, which is a little bit closer, a little more farther west as you get closer to the water on Garnett. But it was cool. So that was as walkable as it gets. Didn't really need to use my car at all. When I lived there, we had a Vons that was right behind basically where I lived. Now it's the Trader Joe's. So that was a cool area. There was, you didn't really need to drive anywhere. So that was a huge plus. And it wasn't too crazy where I was, but I think if I was another block or two west, being that close to Garnett, probably would have been a lot louder with parties. It was a cool experience. So cool that I only lasted a year there, and then I bought my next place, which was a townhome on Riviera Drive, which is like Crown Point and Sail Bay. So that's another whole. It's very close to Emerald, but it's a whole different scene. So you get a mixture of, you'll have like condos or townhomes like that I was in, or there's like a lot of super expensive like real estate, like really nice homes that are in the area. So you get a real good very diverse mix of types of residents. So you get like typical like renter, like maybe like late 20s, but then you get a lot of like young professionals in the area. You get retirees, you get families in the homes. It was really cool. So from there, that was another setup. It was kind of like the beach where I could every day just go down to the sand, but instead of going to the ocean or the sand on the beach, it would be the beach, but it would be like on the bay. So I was on Riviera, which was like Sail Bay. So I was lucky enough to have like a public staircase where I could basically just walk out my door, cross Riviera, and then just walk down the stairs and just go to enjoy the sand, every day pretty much. So if I wanted, and there was like volleyball court down there. It was really cool. So I really enjoyed living there. So I was in that place for about 4.5, I'd have to look, 4.5, 5 years maybe. So that's a really nice place to live. I would move back there for sure. It was interesting. So depending on like 1 year I had somebody living next door in the next like complex where it was like these 3 guys that party constantly. They were so loud. But The majority of the time that I lived there, though, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like crazy parties. So it was pretty enjoyable. I would say that it's kind of similar to Mission Beach in that it's like walkable. I mean, you look on a map and you're like, oh, this is easily walkable, but it was the same thing. I would, any like errands for the day or the week, the groceries, whatever it may be. In theory, yeah, I probably could have walked or hopped on my bike or beach cruiser. But, I found myself in the car a lot more often. So a nice benefit to that area is that we are on Riviera, and then I was right by Ingram where you hit the bridge, and then you'll be over into like the sports arena area. So if you ever need to hit up like any of the big box stores like Target, who doesn't go to Target? Target over there, like the sports arena for like concerts was over there, Home Depot, all that good stuff. So it was very easy to get to those locations, just minutes really. So that was super, super convenient. And also too, it's very close to so you can hop on the freeway very easily. In fact, out of the 3 areas, Mission Beach, kind of that central PB area, and then Crown Point, Sail Bay, that was easily the most convenient for commuting. So hopping on and off the freeway. So if that's a big concern, that's a good area to look. But all in, to be honest with you, all 3 of those locations I would live in again. I enjoyed all of them. Enjoyed the lifestyle that it offered. You're close to the beach no matter where you are. I mean, if it's a weekend and you're just having a great Saturday, or let's say you want to go grab like brunch or something, all 3 of those locations are convenient. There's places to go. It's so easy. If you have a beach cruiser down there, you hop on your bike, just shoot down to like the boardwalk. And now, of course, this is, I was there before this, but now you have those electric scooters, which are all over the place, super easy to use. It's an awesome area. I'm a big, big fan. So if you have any specific questions, hit me up anytime. So, drop a comment here to ask the question. So if I can answer it, I will. And if somebody else watching can answer it as well, hopefully they will. So, but all in, it's an amazing area to live. There's something for everybody for sure. All right, guys. So hopefully that helps. If you think about moving to the area, it's definitely like my experience, my story. If there's anything else, if you have other questions you think of, do drop them in the comments. Happy to answer any other questions if I can. And don't forget to hit subscribe and smash that like button if you found this video informative or entertaining. I try to put out at least 1 video a week, usually more. And here's the best part. YouTube's got this thing figured out. They're recommending a video to you right here. So they're so good. I swear, every time they recommend a video to me, it's like right on. So that's my video that they think you're gonna like. So if you let me know how that goes, if you like the video or not. I'm also curious to see how well YouTube's doing. So anyway, guys, I'm out.